For 150 years, we had it wrong. We thought mosasaurs moved like giant lizards underwater, side to side, slow, muscular but clumsy, impressive in size, unimpressive in speed. Then 2013 happened. A single fossil changed everything. One preserved tail. One crescent-shaped fin that nobody expected to find. And suddenly, Tylosaurus, the largest predator in the Cretaceous Sea, wasn't just big anymore. It was fast. Faster than we ever imagined. Fast enough to run down sharks. Fast enough to ambush other mosasaurs. Fast enough to snatch seabirds from the surface before they even registered the shadow moving beneath them. Tylosaurus was 14 meters long. That's longer than a city bus, heavier than an elephant, and built, as it turns out, more like a great white shark than like the lizard everyone assumed it was. It didn't crawl through the water. It cut through it. For 85 million years, this animal sat at the absolute top of the food chain in the Western Interior Seaway, the vast ocean that split North America in half. Nothing hunted Tylosaurus. Nothing even tried. This is the story of the predator that ruled a sea that no longer exists. The Western Interior Seaway. Say that name slowly and let it land. An inland ocean, warm, shallow, stretching from what is now the Arctic all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, teeming with life. Ammonites, giant fish, sharks, plesiosaurs, sea turtles the size of cars. And above all of it, at the very top, Tylosaurus. It was a mosasaur, a member of a group of marine reptiles that evolved from land-dwelling lizards and took over the ocean with terrifying efficiency. In roughly 30 million years, they went from small coastal hunters to the dominant predators in every major ocean on Earth. Tylosaurus was the largest of them all. Its skull alone was over a meter long. Its jaws carried 2 rows of teeth, one on each side of the main row, an extra set on the roof of the mouth, like a snake. Its eyes were adapted for low-light hunting in murky water. Its entire body was built around one purpose: finding things and ending them. But for all its power, there was a mystery that paleontologists couldn't solve. How fast was it actually moving? Because without knowing the shape of the tail, you can't model the swimming speed. And for 150 years, nobody knew what the tail looked like. The assumption seemed reasonable at the time. Mosasaurs were related to monitor lizards. Monitor lizards have flat tails. So, mosasaurs probably had flat tails too. The reconstruction made sense. It went into textbooks. It went into museum displays. It became fact. Except it wasn't. In 2013, a team of paleontologists studying a remarkably preserved mosasaur fossil from Kansas noticed something that had been overlooked for decades. The vertebrae at the end of the tail didn't run straight. They curved, sharply, downward, in a shape that matched only one thing in nature: a shark's tail. More specifically, a crescent-shaped, high-speed, hydrodynamically optimized fin called a lunate tail. The same structure found in great white sharks, in tuna, in dolphins. The shape that evolution converges on every time it needs to push a large body through water at serious speed. Tylosaurus didn't swim like a lizard. It swam like a shark. The implications were immediate. With a lunate tail, Tylosaurus could generate explosive thrust. It could accelerate from stillness to full speed in seconds. It could sustain fast cruising speeds across open water without exhausting its muscles. Everything we thought we knew about how it hunted had to be rebuilt from scratch. Speed changes everything. A slow Tylosaurus is an ambush predator, hiding in murky shallows, waiting for prey to come close, then striking in one short burst. Dangerous, effective, but limited by range. A fast Tylosaurus is something far more terrifying. It's a pursuit predator, an animal that can chase, that can accelerate across open water and run something down before it reaches safety, that can appear in the middle of the open ocean with nowhere for its prey to hide and nowhere for it to run. We know from fossil evidence that Tylosaurus ate sharks, actual sharks, found in stomach contents, their bones bearing the marks of Tylosaurus teeth. We know it ate other mosasaurs, some nearly as large as itself. We know it ate Hesperornis, large, flightless diving birds that could dive deep and fast. Think about what it takes to catch a diving bird in open water. Speed, acceleration, precise three-dimensional movement. Tylosaurus had all of it. And unlike most apex predators, it had no behavioral constraints, no complex social hierarchy, no competition at its level. It was the last word in its ecosystem, the predator with no natural enemy, the animal at the end of every food chain, the creature that nothing in its world was designed to escape. Then the asteroid came. 66 million years ago, a rock 10 kilometers wide entered Earth's atmosphere at 70,000 kilometers per hour. The impact was equivalent to 2 billion nuclear bombs. The sky caught fire. The surface temperature spiked in minutes. Then the dust clouds came, blocking the sun for years. The food chain collapsed from the bottom up. Phytoplankton died. The small creatures that fed on them died. The larger creatures that fed on those died. And at the very top, with nothing left to eat, Tylosaurus disappeared. Not slowly, not gradually, completely. The Western Interior Seaway itself eventually vanished, drained, shifted, transformed into the plains of Kansas and Nebraska, where its fossils now lie buried under cornfields and highway rest stops. Here is what stays with you. For 85 million years, this animal ruled an ocean. It evolved perfect speed, perfect weaponry, perfect sensory adaptation. It was the final answer to every predator-prey relationship in its ecosystem. And then, in geological terms, overnight, it was simply gone. Not because it failed, not because something better replaced it, because a rock fell from the sky. Tylosaurus didn't lose. The game ended, and somewhere under the plains of North America, its bones are still there, still carrying the shape of that lunate tale that told us, 150 years late, exactly how fast the most dangerous animal in the Cretaceous Sea was actually moving. The answer, it turns out, was faster than anything in that ocean ever had a chance to escape.